You said you would arrest Benjamin Netanyahu based on the 2024 International Court arrest warrant. Next UN General Assembly, as mayor, would you do that?
So I've said time and again that I believe this is a city of international law, and being a city of international law means looking to uphold international law, and that means upholding the warrants from the International Criminal Court, whether they're for Benjamin Netanyahu or Vladimir Putin. I think that that's critically important to showcase our values, and unlike Donald Trump, I'm someone who looks to exist within the confines of the laws that we have. So I will look to exhaust every legal possibility, not to create my own laws to do so.
Well, New York City's latest and greatest mayor-elect Mamdani has his, and that's a joke if you're brand new to this channel, has his first endorsement ever by the name of Aber Kawas, who is a Palestinian activist that claimed 9/11 was America's fault. We also have, and we're going to see that video in a moment, so just don't go anywhere. We have Mamdani here talking about Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and New York City Mayor, former, should I say at this point, Eric Adams, who was actually recently in Israel, and I was at his event. We're going to do a screen share here. So let's get into the first video of Mamdani's latest and greatest.
And finding that, the system of capitalism and racism and white supremacy, etc., and Islamophobia have all been used, to colonize lands, right, to take resources from other people. And so this is like a long trajectory, and we're just seeing the manifestations of that continuation, right, with 9/11. And so a lot of times when people are asking us to respond about, attack, right, if you look back, historically, right, a lot of us come from lands that were colonized, lands where wars are being waged, right, and a lot of times because of U.S. policy or the policies in Europe. And so I find that we can connect over that, but then also that the idea that we have to apologize for a terror attack that a couple of people did, and then there is no apologies or reparations for genocides and for slavery, etc., is something that I kind of find reprehensible.
I have to be so careful right now with how I'm going to say this. I find it reprehensible that we are 2+ years into the worst attack on Jewish people since the Holocaust. And the people who have chosen to call out Zionism and Israel and Jewish people on a consistent basis in 27 months have still failed to take any accountability for what has happened over the past 27 months. And you cannot show me any war where there is one side that takes 100% fault and the other side that holds none. And in my opinion, to add nuance and some authority to this conversation and to try and create a little bit of a better dialogue, it would be a very wise thing for those who simply just hate Israel, hate Jews, use very standard talking points such as colonization and taking land. I would suggest that they also raise their hand and say where they have gone wrong, because it would open up authority. And when I watch videos of people like this who simply dodge the fact that terrorists are the ones that they're endorsing and they know they're terrorists, it is awkward to watch. We're now going to watch a video of our New York City's I can't even say this out loud, it's just hard to say it. New York City's newest mayor of New York City, mayor.
You said you would arrest Benjamin Netanyahu based on the 2024 International Court arrest warrant. Next UN General Assembly, as mayor, would you do that?
So I've said time and again that I believe this is a city of international law, and being a city of international law means looking to uphold international law, and that means upholding the warrants from the International Criminal Court, whether they're for Benjamin Netanyahu or Vladimir Putin. I think that that's critically important to showcase our values, and unlike Donald Trump, I'm someone who looks to exist within the confines of the laws that we have. So I will look to exhaust every legal possibility, not to create my own laws to do so.
On the other hand, this is also a world event. Does that not count a little bit?
Well, I think we are a global city, but I also think what New Yorkers are looking for is consistency in the way in which we talk about our values and follow through on them. And that's why I think these warrants from the International Criminal Court, they are worth fully exploring every legal possibility to actually follow through on.
You can tell somebody like him has been through an incredible amount of media training because he answered the question without having to answer the question. And that's what they do really well. And when I say they, I'm talking to you about politicians. But the answer is yes. The answer is that if Benjamin Netanyahu were to step foot into New York City, Mamdani has pledged to do anything that he could to arrest him. And I think he also does a really good job, you got to give him credit where it's due, of bringing Trump up as a way to divide further, which validates those who had already voted for him or those who maybe regret not voting, whatever it is, to endorse. Because he's basically throwing at you a problem that he sees, that he's using the justification for what's going on now in the world for you to be able to identify the same problem, which is a confirmation in your own head that, wait a minute, he might have a solution for that problem. It's a brilliant tactic. It's what politicians do. And here is Mayor Eric Adams. So he actually really hit back hard here when he was in Israel, when he was asked about this wonderful Mamdani man.
In the city of New York, that is going to carry out that directive from the mayor. And he knows that. And so the mere fact that he continues to state that, it tells us that he's more concerned about...
I know it's not so loud, I'll help translate. Or not translate, I'll help tell you what he's saying.
Volatile rhetoric that feeds to his party, the DSA, Democratic Socialists of America.
He's saying that he has volatile rhetoric that contributes to his party.
This is what they want to hear, and this is what they believe. And their anti-Israel energy is misguided. Israel has been a real partner in the stability of public safety.
Israel has been a real partner in the stability of public safety. I'll get to that in a second.
To neutralize Iran, neutralize Hezbollah, neutralize ISIS, neutralize Hamas.
To neutralize Iran, Hezbollah, ISIS, Hamas.
These are the same people that not only call for the destruction of Israel, they call for the destruction of America. And so he wants to embrace those who call for the destruction of America, and you want to be the mayor of America's largest city. Something is abnormal about that.
All right, we're going to go full screen here. I mean, excuse me, Mayor Eric Adams was here just, 3 days ago? I was at the event. And I mean, he's obviously just been such an incredible voice for Israel. And we all know his speech that he gave, that he delivered in the beginning of this whole thing, and just condemning Hamas and sharing his love and solidarity. And I just want to emphasize the one point that he made extra on the fact that Israel's ability to teach the New York Police Department and those in America, I mean, the U.S. literally sends Navy SEALs and they send military brigades to Israel to learn from how the Israeli Defense Forces, how their special units operate in the most difficult subterranean warfare missions in the world. I say subterranean because they are literally in Gaza, below ground. They come into Israel to learn from the country that is developing the most sophisticated technology. And they're actually, you know, if you ever think about it like this, the reason Israel has the most sophisticated army technology isn't just A, because there's just a high level of intelligent thinking and frequency here, but bridged to B is because the people here don't have a choice. You have to be able to develop the best technology possible in order to survive here, because if you don't have the best weapons and you don't have the best intel and you don't have the best drones and the best tanks and the best armor and the best anything, you literally won't survive. And the question is, well, Barak, why is that? Why do you need the best? Well, that's because all of Israel's neighbors have historically, repeatedly promised to end Israel's life. You will then be put in a position where it is life or death. And that, my friends, is the state of Israel. That is why Israel continuously talks about a war on all fronts. It's the same thing that happened in 1948. Not the same in terms of the different countries that joined in. I think there was 5 different nations that joined in to attack Israel simultaneously in May 1948. But the point is that after Israel declared independence, the point is that the countries surrounding Israel, Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, it's not a country, but you have the Palestinian Authority in Judea and Samaria, and then you have Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Then you have further east, you have Iran, you have a little bit less east, you have Iraq, you have southeast, you have Yemen. Further north, you have Turkey. Guys, these are all fucking countries that tomorrow, yesterday, would annihilate Israel. You guys are telling me Israel can just fucking twiddle their thumbs? No, bro. They have no fucking choice but to develop the best technology to survive. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get people who fucking literally have no choice. And why do they have no choice? Because they're required to serve. Why are they required to serve, Barack? Because fucking people that live next to them don't want them to be alive. What do you think they're going to do? Well, try to survive. Welcome to Israel. I hope that fucking explained everything to you about the Middle Eastern conflict there is to know. Here is a note from me. I love you all. Links below in the description if you'd like to help support me in my work. Here we are. Here are 4 ways you can help us grow if you believe in our mission. On Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, you can directly contribute to helping this message grow and reach more people across the world. If you want to join the inner circle, join our Patreon with different tiers, and of course, our Discord community, which is free with people from all across the world. The links to every single one are in the description. And last but not least, to the other Barack community, I love you. Ani ohev otchem. I'll see you guys next time.